Hey, welcome everybody. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. And it's 1970, but this time, well, it continues to be 1970, this time in the National League with the Mets. Mets at Los Angeles. They're on the West Coast trip. And let's see, Mets right now, what their record is. Let's check that out very quickly. Mets record is 9-5, and they're in first place. And the Dodgers are 6-8. And they are in 6th place. Alright, so we're going to have Nolan Ryan. I picked this game out because I wanted to play a game with Nolan Ryan. Both pitchers are C's. Osteen has good control. Ryan not so much. Ryan is going to be an XW, so we're going to get that pesky W coming up constantly. But where 9s are going to be outs for the C pitcher in the standard situations of nobody on or runner on first, that type of thing. There's some situations where the 9 will be a hit and then the B will be an out. So we're going to get started. This is APBA Baseball. This is basic with the advanced options. This is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, and I welcome you aboard our channel. So let us get started here, and it's going to be the first pitch. Claude Osteen, 2-1 against Tommy Agee. And Tommy Agee's batting .317 and 60 at bats. That's a 45. That's ball 4. So Agee's on at first with a base on balls. Next up is going to be Harrelson. Now I apologize for the glare. The cards are sleeved. This is the 1970 Classic set, and I want to protect it. It's 30, 50, 52 years old, and I was able to get the extra players, scans. What can I do? It's the best I could do right now. I had actually 1970 and 1971 that they sent me in this big lot that I paid $300-400 for, and I got about 6 or 7 sets of stuff. 2 of those sets happened to be the 70-71 set with the extra players, and I sold it because I wanted to get the money back for the lot that I bought. I kept a lot of other stuff, but I sold those 2 sets, and now I'm regretting it, but what are you going to do? Buddy Harrelson is up. Here's a pitch, and that's a 51, and that's a 9, so that'll be an out. Remember we said that was going to be an out? And that 9 is going to be a ground ball to third. Nice pickup by Grabarkowitz, and a strike to first to Parker. Runner to second base, 5-3. So Joe Foy now, right-handed hitter, the third baseman for the Mets, and that's a 21. That'll be a fly ball, left field. Out number 2. And Osteen looks in for the sign and pumps one down the pike to Jones, 31. That's a 9, and that's going to be another out with a runner at second. That'll be against the C pitcher. The 9s are out, so that's going to be a bouncer to first base to retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 left, and we move to the bottom of the first inning. Alright, and at the bottom of the card you can see the batting average for Maury Wills. He's batting .277 and 65 at bats, 15 games. Nolan Ryan has a 5.68 ERA and 6.1 innings. Here's Wills, and that's going to be a 15. That's line base hit. And with that, it's an automatic steal. There he goes. The throw down from Dyer, not in time. I didn't do the lineups. It's Agee, Harrelson, and Foy for the Mets, followed by Jones, Clendenon, and Swoboda, Weiss, Dyer, and Ryan. For the Dodgers, it's Wills, Sizemore, Davis, Crawford, Parker, Buckner, and Haller, Grabarkowitz, and Osteen. So it's a single and a stolen base for the speedy Wills. I know Wills will have a son that plays in the major leagues. I think it was with the starts off with the Rangers. Alright, here's Sizemore. That's going to be a 15, and that's a 10 with a runner on second base. And against the C pitcher, it's a single infield hit, little nubber down the third base line, and they're going to see if it rolls foul. It does not. So it's a hit for Sizemore. You got runners on first and third now. And they're going to be playing back for the double play. Allow a run to score. It's going to be Davis with a 23, and that's a 12. First and third with a 12. And that is, oh, I didn't add up. Mets are 12, 12 and 4, 16, 20, 29, 36, 38. So the 12 is going to be with the infield back, let's see. Deep is going to be a 3-6-3 double play. So a run scores, no RBI. 3-6-3. So it goes ground ball to Clendenon, who goes to Harrelson, and back to Clendenon. Run scores, and it's 1-0 Dodgers. Here comes Crawford with nobody on. That's a 53 and a 15. Cleon Jones is a 2 out there. So I believe that's going to be a range single. And it's a little blooper, little check swing, Texas leaguer that falls in front of Cleon Jones for a 2-out single. Haven't hit any W's yet. That's a 22. Parker, that's a 7. So that's going to be a line drive. He rips one. Parker's he's batting lefty, so rip one to right center field. And runner to third. Crawford heads over to third base, so we got first and third. And here is Bill Buckner. Bill Buckner only had a handful of at-bats, I think about 70 at-bats, so I created him on the Steve's APBA card maker app. You just software, it's just a site where you go and you can create the card you need. So I created a quick card for Buckner. He doesn't really have a card. So Wes Parker singles, and runner goes to third, and here's Bill Buckner. And that's a 26 and a 27. Ryan, a 27 with first and third. Now, let me check something out a second. It was first and third before that 12. Yep. So a 27 with first and third again is going to be a, oh no, it's going to be just a bounce out to third base to end the inning. So Buckner bounces out to the opposite side to Foy, that's playing almost at shortstop. Harrelson is over by the second base bag. Weiss is in the hole, and it's bounced towards short. Foy is there, fires to first, and gets Buckner. Buckner is a spray hitter, though, so they better not play him to pull, because he uses all parts of the field when he hits. Here's Clendenon in the top of the second inning. So that was 1 run on 4 hits in that inning, and he only scored 1 run. Here's Clendenon now. And that's going to be a 22, which is a 7. That's line base hit. So rips one to left center field, played on a hop by Buckner. And here's Swoboda. So Clendenon is on, and Clendenon, let's see his speed. He's just a blank, so no speed for him. Here's a pitch to Swoboda, and a 22 and an 8. And that's going to be a single to center, runner to second. So back-to-back singles against Osteen. Brings up Weiss. And Weiss is going to bunt. I do a lot of bunting in these 1970 games. That's a 42 at 13. That's going to be 2 strikes. He's going to square again. A 15, and that's a 10. So he's bunting with runners on first and second. And APBA is hilarious because they have like a 10-page bunt chart, which is ridiculous. And that's a little dribbler to bunts it to the third baseman, who charges it, throws to first, and in time. So good bunt. Both runners move up. Now you have 2 runners in scoring position. So Weiss with a good bunt. And he also this is actually his extra player card. I got scans for those. I didn't have to make those at Steve's. Here's Dyer, and it's a 63, and struck him out for out number 2. So Duffy Dyer swings and misses at a ball at low and away. And here's Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan, not a great hitter. And here's a pitch of 31. Struck him out. Back-to-back Ks for Osteen. So no runs, 2 hits, 2 left, and we move to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Dodgers here in Los Angeles. And it's going to be Tom Haller. I think it's Billy, right? Billy Grabarkowitz, and then Claude Osteen. There's a pitch, Haller with a 63, and that's a drive to center field. On the run is Agee, and Agee runs it down for out number 1. Hope everybody's doing well out there, and this game is brought to you by Marlboro. Come to where the flavor is. Come to Marlboro Country. And just be careful. You're going to start spitting up blood soon. Grabarkowitz. So Haller flies out to center. Oh, I didn't end that last inning. It was a K. Wait, hold on a second. I got to go back one. Yeah, Nolan Ryan struck out. And then it's a fly ball to center. And here's Grabarkowitz's pitch. And that's a 63. And struck him out. So that's the first strikeout for Ryan. Next is Osteen with a 52. And that's a 27. And struck him out back-to-back for Ryan. No runs, no hits. A couple of strikeouts. We go to the top of the third. All right, Tommy Agee leading off. He walked in his first inning. 65, and that's popped up foul behind the plate, and Haller flips the mask away and makes the catch. So it's an FO2 if you're scoring at home, which you should be. Remember, like and subscribe to my page, and you click on that bell so you get notified whenever I do recordings. Here's Buddy Harrelson with a 51. That's a 9, and that'll be popped up. Third baseman over. Grabarkowitz puts it away. 2 out. And next is Foy with a 62, and that's a 22. Let's see what that'll be. We never added these up. 16, 19, 24, 25, 33, 37, 39. So both are B's. And what did I say that was? 62 is a 22, and that 22 will be a little bouncer to the first baseman. That's Parker. He flips to the pitcher. Osteen covering, and it'll be 3-1. 3 up, 3 down. We go to bottom of the third. All right, here's Wills leading off, 35, and that'll be a 39, I believe. That may be a W on that, 39, and it is. That's a walk. Ball 4. So Sizemore is going to bunt, and that'll be a 53, which is an 18. And an 18 will be a first on an error, first and second on an error. Pitcher fumbles, so the ball is bounced, but it's going to be a 2-base error on the pitcher. E1, so Sizemore goes to second base. So Wills walks on a W, and then he goes to on an error by Ryan. Both runners move up. Now you're going to have second and third with nobody out. Here's Willie Davis, number 3 they call him. That's his nickname on the card, number 3. And Willie Davis batting .333. You know what? We're going to intentionally walk this guy. And then with that, but you roll to see what would have happened. It would have been a 44, so that would have been 2 runs right there. It's an intentional walk to Davis, and now you're going to have Willie Crawford, another lefty, but we're going to look for the double play. Here's a pitch, and that's a 23, a 12. This may be it, just what the doctor ordered with the bases loaded at 12. Let's see what happens here. And it is going to be a 6-4-3 double play. A run scores, but we basically get 2 outs. And Sizemore goes to third. Big double play for the Mets so they don't fall, to avoid that big inning. Here's Wes Parker. And that's a 16, which will be a ground ball to short. Runner on third. Let me just make sure. 28. I got a good fielding 1-column shortstop. and he will bouncer charged by Harrelson, throws the first and gets Parker. All right, 2-0 Dodgers, and you can see that on the big old scoreboard on the screen. And in the top of the fourth, that's 1 run on no hits, a walk, and an error. So in the top of the fourth is going to be Cleon Jones. Cleon Jones is batting .245, 1 home run, 1 stolen base. Here's a pitch from Osteen, and that's a 22, and that's line base hit. So he rips one to left center field. Frozen rope, hit that on the sweet spot, and he stands at first base with a single. Now the tying run is at the plate, and Clendenin, who has good power, that's a 53 and a 20. I don't think it's going to be an error because Wills is a really good second baseman, and that 20 is going to be just a bouncer that Wills gets to, bobbles for a second, but he has plenty of time to throw out Clendenin. So runner moves up to second base, so it'll be 4-3. And here's Ron Swoboda. He's got power too. Here's a pitch, and oh, I thought I had it. He swings and misses at a curveball, low and away, and that's 2 outs. And Osteen he's ready to go, and he peers down to the catcher for the signal. Al Weiss, here's a pitch, and it's a 45. That's ball 4. So first and second now. And Duffy Dyer has a little bit of power, but you got to get to his second column. That's a 21, and he swings and misses at a ball in the dirt, and that will do it. So no runs on 1 hit, 2 left. And we move to the bottom of the fourth. Having a blast. APBA is very simple to play. You got to get in I have to get into the rhythm a little bit and remember the results and know what my pitcher grades are and so on and so forth. So here goes. Bill Buckner's up now. Parker grounded out. Pitch from Ryan, a 54, and that's a fly ball to right. Over near the line is Swoboda, and he squeezes it for the out. 1 down. Next is Tom Haller, and that's a 14. That's popped up. Backing up is Foy, and Harrelson. Racing in is Jones, and Jones calls everybody off. F7. And another sponsor of our game is Pabst Blue Ribbon. And remember to ask for the original. The smooth and delicious flavor of Pabst Blue Ribbon is refreshing at any time of the day. Just be careful you don't drive home drunk and get yourself killed. All right, here's Grabarkowitz. Pitch from Ryan, a 35, and that's ball 4. That's a third walk by Ryan. Pitcher Osteen coming up. Claude Osteen, left-handed hitter. Here's a pitch, and it's a 14. That's popped up left field, skied left field. Jones, shallow, makes the catch, and that retires aside. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We go to the top of the 5th. Nice thing about APBA, you can play these games very quickly. Cards are beautiful, and these happen to be very high-quality cards, these 1970 sets. Early 70s, I think later on the cards get a little thinner, the cardstock gets a little thinner. Here's Nolan Ryan leading off the top of the 5th. Pitch from Osteen, a 55, and that's going to be a pop-up. Left side, third baseman Grabarkowitz puts it away for out number 1. So that 9 with nobody on base is a pop-up. And it really should be a pop-up third base, first base, depending on what batter it is. You know, just to vary the outs, because sometimes you get a lot of the same outs. And here's AG with a ball in the dirt, and he swings at it and strikes out. 2 out now. Couldn't hold his swing and just flailed at it. And 2 out, nobody on. Here's Buddy Harrelson, who's 0 for 2 today, and that's ball 4. So Harrelson walks. A 2-out walk And Claude Osteen's not happy about that. Here is Joe Foy, an ex-Red Sox with a 63, and that's a fly to right. Sends it to the opposite direction. Right fielder Crawford is there, and that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It's 2-0. Dodgers here in LA. It's going to be Mouse Wills, Maury Wills, shortstop, fast shortstop, good fielding shortstop. Pitch from Ryan. It's a snake eyes, and that is hit up the middle and through for a base hit. Hit it hard up the middle, nobody could get to it. And played by AG, gets it into Harrelson. So Wills is on at first. We're going to try hit and run. There goes the runner. It's a 36, and 36 will be a 14. Ooh, we may get a stolen base out of this. Let's find the hit and run here. That's the sacrifice booklet. I believe it's after this. Yeah, it's after the sacrifice booklet. And in this game, you can only hit and run with runners on first or first and third. So it's going to be a 36, which is a 14, and it says strike, runner out, stealing 2 6s. If runner has an 11 in the first column, he steals safely. There goes Wills, the throw down by Dyer, not in time. Second stolen base of the day for Wills. And it was, I think that was a strikeout, or was it a strike? I read it so fast. I'm using a spiral bound rule book that came around I think it was started in 2004. Lasted for about 10 years. Now they have this gigantic book. I have an 8x10 size. Yeah, it's not a strike. It's a strike, not a strikeout. So the batter's still at the plate. He's a righty hitter, and Sizemore can play infield and outfield. Good athlete, decent defender. Not great at shortstop, not great in the outfield. Probably his best position is second base. And that's going to be a 63, a fly out to center field. Wills is fast. The center fielder's a 2. Let me see if you can move on that. If it gives me an option. No, it's too shallow to tag up. Throw comes in from AG. One away now. And here's the lefty Willie Davis batting .333. Pitch from Ryan, a 31 and an 8. And that will be a base hit, and that's going to score a run, I'm pretty sure. Against the C, single over second. And runner scores. So it's going to be 3-0. Willie Davis can rake. And here is Willie Crawford now. Pitch, and that's a 13, ball 4. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4 walks for Ryan. That's his MO. And here's Parker. He's a switch hitter, and Parker is an excellent, I don't know, you can't see it, but he's a 5 first base. That's probably as good as it gets. And he's batting .298 and 57 at bats. Not much power. Has no home runs, 1 stolen base. Here's a pitch from Ryan. That's a snake eyes. That's going to take us to the second. So that's a drive. Gets a hold of a Ryan fastball and drives it to right center field. And that's going to be at least a double. It's going to be 1 hop off the wall, and 1 run scores. And let's see if Crawford will score. Crawford is an F. So first and second and a double. Against a C pitcher. Now that matters, double to left, runners score. So both runners will come in and score now. It's 5-0. And that's going to be it for Ryan. So coming up is Buckner. 2 RBIs. He drove in 3 and 4. I write the numbers of the batters he drove in and just put a circle around it. And the Mets here are struggling to stay in it. So we're trying to decide whether we pull Ryan here in the 5th inning. We don't have a ton of relievers. I'd like him to get out of this inning. There is 1 out. You know what? We're best. Buckner is not a great hitter, but let's just pull Ryan here. We're going to take Ryan out. Tough choice. I'm not a guy who likes to pull his his starters right away. I like to leave him in, but I just don't see XW. It's just nothing that I'm going to bring in a guy named what do we got? A lefty. Can I bring in Sadecki? See if I can bring in Sadecki. Yeah, I can bring in Sadecki. He's a lefty, so he'll go up from a D to a C. So Sadecki's coming in. And he'll be from a D to a C for this one batter. YZ. And here's a pitch to Buckner. Runner on second base. Takes his lead, and that's a 54 to right field. Weiss is fast, so right field with a runner on second. And the right fielder's a 1. I believe that's an automatic tag up, and it is. He goes to third. So it's an F9. And he tags up and he goes to third. All right. So Parker moves over to third with 2 outs now. And here's going to be the lefty Haller pitch, and that's a 22, and a 7 will be a base hit with a runner on third. He's back to a D, and another run for the Dodgers. Clutch hit for the catcher, Tom Haller, also known as Hatch. And now it's Grabarkowitz. Pitcher is set to go, and he peers into catcher for the signal and lets it fly. A 15. That's going to be an 11 with a run, so that's going to send the runner to third. And then he's going to take off and steal second base. That puts runners on second and third. So Grabarkowitz singles to left center field, slices one and falls in front of Agee. And then he's going to head to second base, and the throw down from Dyer not in time. So it's second and third for the pitcher Osteen. Let's see if Sadecki can retire somebody. A 31 and a 23. Oh my God! With second and third, that's like a rare play, or something unusual is going to happen here. And I'm not a big rare play guy. I don't really play. So it's going to be a fly out to left field. Would have been a triple play. And that retires a side. They pick up 4 on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. So the Dodgers have an offensive juggernaut going on today. And it's the top of the 6th inning. See if the Mets can get something going and start creeping back into this game. It's not totally out of reach. It's 6-0. The Dodgers 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Mets with no runs, 3 hits and 1 error. The Mets record is 9-5. The Dodger record is 6-8. And you wonder why, because they're hitting the cover off the ball. So here is Jones, and that's a 23, which will be a ground ball to third. Grabarkowitz throws a strike to Parker for out number 1. That's 5-3. And next is Clendenin. Pitcher Clendenin, a 56 and a 34 will be a pop-up to the shortstop. Wills calls everybody off and makes the catch. And it's Swoboda with a snake eyes. That's a drive down the line into the corner, and Buckner's going to play it off the wall. Swoboda into second base standing with a 2-out double. And up is Al Weiss. We're going to let him bat. And that's going to be a 24, and he pops one up to shallow left center field. Buckner and Willie Davis come together, and Buckner makes the catch, and no runs, no 1 hit, 1 left. And we move to the bottom of the 6th. It is Sadecki pitching now. And Sadecki, of course, is a D pitcher, so that's basically just the straight-up boards. In other words, that's the league average of runs scored, which I guess it's around 4, up or down. Here's Wills. Wills today is 2 for 2, and 34 is going to be a fly ball center field. AG settles under it and squeezes it. 1 down. And Sizemore's up next with a 42, and that's a strikeout. So curveball by Sadecki gets Sizemore. And it's Willie Davis, who's 1 for 2 actually. 1 for 2. He's batting .345. Here's a pitch, and that's a 43. That's a ground ball right back to the mound, and Sadecki throws out Davis. No runs, no hits, 3 up, 3 down. Easy inning for Sadecki. Makes my life much easier that I get an inning out of a relief pitcher with no runs scored. That's good. All right, Duffy Dyer lead off the top of the 7th. Mets need to get something. Time's running out for the Mets. They need to get something going. They're down 6-0. Duffy Dyer is 0 for 2 on the season. He's batting .125. He's got 8 at bats. And then the pitcher, we'll see a pinch hitter. Here's a pitch, and that is a strikeout. So we're going to see a pinch hitter now. Now let's see who we're going to bring in. I like Replay Baseball. Lets me see the roster. And he's a lefty. So we're going to look at. Look how many lefties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 1 Grody, a righty, in the bench. The catcher, the backup catcher. But I don't care. I'll just bring Grody in to pinch hit. All right, there's Grody. Let's move Dyer's card over. Reach out to me if you have any questions about anything. I mean, the score sheet is from Replay Baseball. The box here, the dice box, that's very, very quiet. You can play it anytime, day or night, and can't really hear the dice. Is from Michigan and Trumbull. They got a Facebook page. All right, it's Jerry Grody up now against Claude Osteen. Osteen, this is his 7th inning, so he's going to be an A pitcher now. No, he's going to be a B pitcher, excuse me. So let's do this, and Osteen is a B pitcher. So Osteen becomes a B, because he's a C pitcher who went 6 innings, so he becomes a B. And here's Jerry Grody. Here's the pitch from Osteen, and that's going to be a 12. Bounce to second base. Played by Sizemore over to Parker. And that is 2 outs, so that's 4-3. And next up is Tommy Agee's 0 for 2 today. He walked in the 1st inning, but then popped up foul and struck out. Pitch from Osteen, a 32, and that's bounced to second. Charged by Sizemore over to 1st and to retire to the side. No runs, no hits. And now he's going to become an A in that 8th inning. All right, Crawford is leading off. We need a new pitcher because we pinch hit for Sadecki. And we'll bring in Taylor. Taylor's a C. I'm going to get these are the sleeves that I use for my cards. Just want to show you guys. It's basically the Ultra Pro 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. I don't, protect PDFs for, let's say, but I will protect something like a classic 1960. And anytime I do a replay with a team, I'll protect that team, just because I'm using that team every day. All right, so here's going to be Taylor now. Taylor is let's see. Taylor is a C, and he's a Z. C to Z. Okay. And stepping in the box is Willie Crawford. He bats from the left side. Crawford is on the season, struggling, batting 195 with 41 at bats, but he does have 3 home runs. And Taylor shakes off the sign. Now he gets the one he wants and pumps one down the pike. And that is a 65 popped up foul behind the plate. And Dyer flips the mask away and makes the catch. So an FO2. We're at the bottom of the 7th inning. Mets are down 6-0. Ryan struggled with his control. Is that news? Wes Parker's up. Switch hitter, batting 310. He's got 2 hits today. That's 15. That's going to be another one. That's bounced up the middle into center field. Hard ground ball to AG in center, and he's on at first. Here's Bill Buckner. 54, and that's a fly ball to right. Coming over is Swoboda and squeezes it for out. Number 2. And it's Tom Haller. Haller's 1 for 3 today. Haller's batting 389 and 36 at bats. So he's raking. And that's a 34. It's a fly ball. Center field shallow. Racing in is AG. Will he get there? And yes. Nice sliding catch by Tommy Agee in center field. And that ends the inning. Go to the top of the 8th inning. Leading off for the Mets is going to be Buddy Harrelson. Here's a pitch from Osteen, who's an A now, 32, and that is bounced to second base. Sizemore over to Parker, 1 down. So it goes a little bit faster once you know the boards a little bit, but I still have to look when there's on-base situations. It's a 41, and that's going to be pulled down the line, backhanded by Grabarkowitz. Long throw across the diamond, and scooped out by Parker. 2 outs. And here comes Cleon Jones. Cleon Jones batting 259. He's 1 for 3 today. It's a righty hitter. Pitch, and it's a 63. That's bounced to short. Charged by Wills. Fires on the run, and that retires the side. 3 up and 3 down. We move to the bottom of the 8th. See if Taylor can get through this inning with no trouble. Grabarkowitz is leading off, and that's a 13. That's ball 4. So there comes trouble, just like that. And the pitcher will bunt. And a 31 is a 23. That's a really weird play again. Probably an error or something to that effect. Let's see what that is. 23, and that's it's popped up to the pitcher. Pitcher turns around and throws the first. They got him. Double play. It's a 1-1-3 double play. 2 out now. Let me see if I can find that 1-1-3 double play. Oh, I may have to create that. Yeah, I'll create that. So it's a pop, and it'll be a 1 assist, and a 3, and he's out. All right, 2 outs. And here's the top of the order. Wills is batting 294 with 68 at bats. That's a 63, and that's skied out to center field. AG. And that retires the side. So no runs, a walk, but none left with that double play. We go to the top of the 9th. So last licks for the Mets. They're down 6-0. And Claude Osteen is an 8 pitcher. He's going for a shutout. You know, I'm a big fan of low-scoring games, shutout games, and well-pitched games. Big fan of that. Don Clendenon, who is 1 for 3 today. Clendenon's batting 220 at bats with 1 home run. Here's a pitch, and that's a 34, and that's a drive to center field. Backing up is Davis, and Davis makes the catch for out number 1. All right, here's Ron Swoboda. Swoboda today is 2 for 3. He's batting .343, so he's having a good season. That's a 44 and an 8. That's going to be an out against an 8 pitcher. And against an 8 pitcher, that's a pop-up to third base. Fair, Grubarkowitz, 2 out. Remember, I'm using the advanced option for pitching, which is if he pitches, if a D pitcher goes 5, he becomes a C. If he pitches one more inning without allowing a run, it has to be shutout innings. Then he goes to B. If he pitches another inning, he goes to A. And so a D would have to go 5, a C would have to go 6, a B would have to go 7, and an A would have to go 8 to get that bump in the grade. You know, APBA has only really 3 grades. People say 4, and it's not 4. 4 is the boards, straight up. Like you just roll dice and you play off the boards. So it's really A, B, and C. Then they got the A, B, and the AC, but those, I haven't seen one of those players in a long time, to be honest with you. Here's Al Weiss. We're going to let him bat. Here's a pitch, and that's a snake eyes, so we're going to get into the second column. So he gets a hold of one and drives it, and that's going to go into the gap and roll to the wall. Buckner's going to retrieve it, and Weiss is in there with a double. Duffy Dyer. So a double here, the 5th hit of the game against Osteen. And with 2 outs, Al Weiss keeps the Mets' hopes alive with a double. And up comes Duffy Dyer. Here's the pitch, and Duffy Dyer with a 51 and 9 with a runner on second, an A pitcher. Let's see what that is. And that's going to be a bounce to the short, charged in by Wills. Wills throws on the run and gets Dyer with plenty of time. And that's the ball game, folks. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And that'll be a 6-3. All right, Claude Osteen gets the win. He becomes 3-1. Ryan takes the loss. He's going to be 0-1. And let's see, it's 0-5-1 up here, 0-5-1 for the Mets, and 6-10 and 0. And this is APBA Baseball. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. Now I could put in the data from the pitchers, and sure, I'll do that. It just takes a second. So you know how the pitchers did. Ryan went 4.176, gave up 6 runs, 5 earned, 4 walks, 1 intentional, 2 strikeouts. Osteen went 9.500, walked 3, struck out 6. And let's see how the other relievers did. 1.2 for Sadecki. And he gave up 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. And Taylor went 2. He gave up 1 hit and 1 walk. And that's it. So the MVP would have to be Osteen, who pitched a complete game shutout. I love that. And that's it for these 2 teams now. I'm going to put them away and look at another game that I feel like playing, a matchup between a couple of decent pitchers and a couple of decent teams. And I'll be back with more action from Cards and Dice TV. Remember to subscribe and like, and click that little bell so you get alerted to whenever I post a new recording. And I will see you soon. Take care, guys.